Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I still remain your girl Jenny. So in today's video we'll talk about attitude girls and guys portray when they get tired in relationship. I'm here with some of my friends and I'll let them introduce themselves, starting from my right.
Hi guys, my name is Namonje. I'm from Zambia.
Hi guys, I'm Sonia from Nigeria.
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Bethel. I'm from Nigeria.
So Namanje, have you been in a relationship before?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. So what are some of the things that guys portray when they get tired in a relationship?
Oh wow. Well, like personally, I think some of the things guys normally do when they get tired in a relationship is just lose interest. Lose interest in the sense that, you know, everything becomes annoying what she does, you know. More like the conversation gets slower, most especially when when they're replying her messages, like, you know, it just gets slower, the conversation. You just lose the vibe, you know. So personally, I think when a guy begins to lose interest in a relationship, his girl rather, the conversation gets slower. And when the conversation is conversation is the key in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
So when the conversation gets slower, everything becomes boring. So that's how you know that the guy is actually getting tired of the relationship.
Okay, so what about finding fault? Because I know that some guys, when they get tired in a relationship, they'll start finding faults in everything the girl does. Like, they really don't know. They'll just be finding faults.
Guys do find faults, yeah, especially if the relationship becomes boring. Me, I'm not a faulty kind of guy. If in a relationship, a girl actually does not, you know, complain about some of your attitude like you used to do before, and everything, like everything you just do is just okay, it's just okay. Like, it doesn't make sense again, you know, something is taking the attention out of you. Definitely she's tired, okay.
I think that's more or less of who I am. Like, when I'm tired, like, I've just had it all. Even if you tell me, oh, I'm going this, I'll just be like, you know what, fine, okay. Like, I just don't have the strength anymore. You know, even when I love attention so much, so once a guy stops giving me attention, and I'm like, maybe he doesn't like me.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I feel like when I start just being cool without you giving me that attention, then it might not be that I'm interested in somebody else, but maybe it's just that my focus on you is
gone. Yeah.
So it's one of our symptoms as girls. So.
True, like we all, both guys, both ladies, we all need attention. But then when the other person stops receiving or giving attention to you, definitely you know that there's something wrong.
Yeah.
And then and there's always something wrong when the attention like reduces. Maybe your calls are less, and then it's like we can't wait for the call to like end. It's like, how long are we supposed to stay? Like, how long are we supposed to stay here? Like, I can't wait for this call to end.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, that's like, it's going bad.
Yeah. Okay, and there's another thing that I've noticed. When a guy, maybe you just started dating, then somebody will be calling you honey, darling, sweetie, right? My love, mine. So many things, you understand? When you're tired in a relationship, you start calling the person. Maybe now, I used to call you honey. I'll just call you Bethel. Bethel. Like, you know.
Calling Bethel.
Come on.
You know, the funny part is, I don't know if it's funny or weird. I don't like being addressed as baby, honey, stuff like that. I'd rather you address me by my name.
Name.
Because I feel those words can be applied to any other girl. So I feel you addressing me by my name is more respectful than you calling me baby, Namonje. Oh, sorry. Than you calling me baby, honey. Because I don't know, you're going to meet somebody else who's going to be your honey in the next second. So I'd rather you just call me by my name. That's why you never find me, not even for a day, address any of my men as
baby, my love.
But it sounds weird. It's like everyone
I just
calls you.
address
People do that.
I feel it doesn't add value to me. For now, it's lost. It's because guys are just everywhere. Like, they're following everyone.
When you just find that particular person you are with, why don't you enjoy the moment? I like the names, okay? There was this time I was, you know, talking with a particular girl I used to date, you know, and the way we was chatting, and I was like, what are you doing now? And she was like, no, I started with hello, hi, what's up? And she was like, yeah, what's up? I was like, man, what is this? Is this actually the person I used to, like, you know? So talking about the names, you know, the names actually matter to me because I feel if I'm number one in your heart, like I should be called those sweet names. Okay,
Really?
my friends call me regular names. Okay, so how can my girl be calling me other
But
names?
you know why I don't like them as well? It's because once you stop calling me those names, certainly I'll start getting into my feelings.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt me 10 times more than it can hurt me with you calling my name.
Oh.
Because all of a sudden, it's like me seeing myself as a DP every now and then all of a sudden I'm no longer
the
like, just don't do it if you know the next 3-4 days you won't manage. Like, I just appreciate it if we're just, you know, we can be in love, but let's just be in love. Let's not start initiating things that I was once, you know, somebody's favorite thing. Then I was all over the place, phone, password, name it. Then all of a sudden, he was still in love, but it stopped. So with me, I started feeling like he don't love me no more.
Yeah,
but there were just thoughts in my head, but not exactly what it was. So
So
from there, I was just like,
actually okay with you being in a relationship and a guy is just being cool and normal with you in how he addresses you, in how he, you know, gives you the attention on phones and stuff. You know, you don't get to be okay when he uploads your picture on social media. Like,
I'm okay with him doing that.
From a girl's aspect, okay, for me, if I'm tired of a guy, of them, I don't want to even, like, seeing you actually annoys me.
Really?
Seeing you, I'm serious. Seeing you annoys me. It's like I find every chance I get to actually end this with you, like break up, like your calls, like if I see your call, like, oh, it's just the one, like I'm throw my phone away, or maybe I see a text, I might tell you like maybe some hours later, or I just decide like, you know, those monosyllabic words like responses like, how are you? I'm fine. Are you busy? Even if I'm on my bed, I'm like, oh, I'm busy. I'm not available to be like. There's no way we can meet. So it's like I just find every chance I get to actually avoid you. So that's just. But I think for guys too, guys, it's obvious they also do that because like okay, even if they don't want to, they also snobby. You reply, you call them, they don't.
Yeah.
So it's like I think it's a two-way street. Like it happens like guys and girls.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think looking at the guy's angle, the biggest one is when he stops calling and texting you.
Yeah,
That one is
gets
just it,
annoying.
like
That's
there's
obvious.
nothing left for you. Like if he doesn't call, he doesn't text you, my sister, you're done. Probably he's giving somebody else attention. So
That's true.
yeah,
I want you guys to stop hanging out alone.
yeah,
Yeah, and I think also he compares whatever you do to another person. Maybe he used to see his girlfriend dress normal and he was okay or he was cool with it, right? Then he just starts acting up because he's tired of you. I think the signs are obvious
Oh yeah.
when somebody's tired of you. So you just need to pack your load and leave, not stay in the relationship. I don't think you understand what I mean. Yeah.
and one more thing is, you know, guys per se, when they get tired of a relationship, that means there's probably another girl. Because I feel as a guy, because I feel as a guy, the thing is, guys don't like the feeling of, you know, not being with a girl, like, I don't know, right?
that's very true. I totally
Yeah,
agree.
so like when they're with another girl and the girl they are with is not giving them the vibe they want, you know, replies get slower, conversations get slower, and whatever she does, if it's not in line with the other way, like, you know, if he's not getting the stuff, I mean the feeling he's getting from the other girl, you know, it just gets boring from both of them. So if there is another girl, definitely a guy will become tired of the relationship he's in.
And I feel guys also stop flirting with you. I feel if a guy is interested in you, he's going to flirt with you no matter
true,
what.
definitely.
He's going to flirt with you anywhere, be it in the road, in the house, anywhere. So if he stops flirting with you, that's also a sign that
He's
going to be
tired.
interested.
Fine. And then if you don't give a guy like maybe, I know sometimes guys can be needy. Okay, for me, sometimes I don't really like those extra needy guys, like those ones that are too
When you mean needy,
clingy, like those ones that are too clingy. You know,
Oh.
they act like children. It's like you're like their mom.
But I also feel it also applies to girls though.
Oh yeah.
As girls are too clingy, let me talk on myself.
Okay.
I'm a very clingy type of girl. That's why I try to keep my distance because I don't want to upset you or irritate you or make you feel like this girl can't give me space. So I feel when it comes to that point, we all fall as victims.
True.
When a girl argues less in a relationship, that's the sign that she's tired of the relationship. She's no longer interested. Maybe when you guys were dating, anything you do, she'll be like, she'll ask you, are you cheating on me? Or those kind of question, and then when she's tired, she will never ask you such a question.
True, but I think if a girl stops being jealous of like you,
that's the
maybe
word.
you're always on your phone or something, then dude, you're gone. That's over. So just move on.
One more thing is like when a girl when a girl becomes tired of you in a relationship, when there's let me be like personally, there was this time I was in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
So whenever we make calls like this and whenever we talk, I'll be like, I want to go and do something. Can I call you back? Then she complains always. She complains and complains. But like lately, I'm no more in the relationship now. So like lately, when we were talking, I would be like, okay, can I go and do something? She'd be like, okay, fine, go. I'll be like, wait, am I actually talking to the one I used to know?
Tired. So I feel that if a guy is tired of you in a relationship, he doesn't hang out with you, but he stays more with his friend than you. So what do you guys think about that?
Well, in some sense, it's true, but I feel it's still pretty normal. Like you get normally guys.
It's not normal.
No, I know.
It's not
that's
normal.
why I said in some sense, because guys definitely like to hang out with their friends. But then if they date newly, if they're dating newly, like you find a new girl, at that moment, like when it's still fresh, it's like they're high. They always want to be, but with time, it's not like they don't love you. Okay, right now it's like I'm supporting the guys, but it's true. It's not like they don't love you, but they just tend to like there's this space. Me personally, I don't really like to always be with you like 24/7. Like we're always together. It gets boring. I feel like it's good if we spend time apart. You do your thing, I do my thing, and then when we meet, we have a lot to talk about. There's this bonding time together. It's not like we're always together. It's like, oh, is your baby? It's
okay, but when he starts like that, then you should continue from where he started. If you start something, you should finish it. Because if you start behaving like that, meaning he's actually really tired. Some people are actually tired. That is a sign.
Yes.
Yeah,
I feel so.
I totally agree. I feel with this one, it's normal for a guy to want to hang around with his friends, but you can weigh the way he was previously with how he is at present, because sometimes it's not because of the fact that they like their friends. No, sometimes it's because he just doesn't want to be around you. So you give it time. Like, okay, let me see how he was when we started, when we reached this point till now. I think that's the best way to really see it. But it's also actually a valid point that he just finds an excuse not to be around you.
Yeah, and I also think hanging out with his friends, it's more like that's what guys do. So like I was hearing about a story about a man and his wife, who the wife thought he always like stays out of the house because she does not give him she thought he does not stay at home because
he hates her.
No, not that he
But
hates
he's not
her.
giving her
He's not giving her
attention.
attention like that. Okay,
Yeah.
he always goes and hangs out with his friends. So what she did was she made his best food, made everything that he wanted, and she kept on the dining for him. So when he came back, he still ate and went out. Like when he came back, she now asked him why he went. I thought I gave you the food.
Yeah, why did you go out?
But he was like, no, it's not about the food. It's the gist. It's the gist we have.
So you are trying to say it's gist.
For
real, gist.
So I'm like, if it's normal for a guy to hang out with his friends, right? But when the hanging becomes more with his friends, that means something is missing out of them, out of him and his girl. It's
that's why I said you wait, you see.
The way it used to be,
it's
it's never like that.
If
before.
he's hanging out more with his friends and less with you, then you know that he's losing interest.
It's simple.
That the interest is gone.
Yeah.
The other thing that guys, or the other sign is that he stops complimenting you. All of a sudden, he used to notice when you don't have earrings, you haven't done your makeup, your hair has been changed. He just stops, like, you can change your hair. He won't even address it. He won't even look at it. But before, he'll be like, oh, you look so
beautiful.
nice, and all that stuff. I think that's another sign that he's not interested in you.
So, talking about that, I think the reason why guys stop complimenting and stuff, or maybe in a relationship both of them stop complimenting, is familiarity.
I disagree.
Let me explain. You become familiar, like it happens like all the time. Why do I keep saying it? You're just like, okay, this is what she does like all the time. You're familiar with it, okay? You just, when you keep seeing things over and over again, keep talking about it. It becomes like, then why am I doing it again?
But I don't feel like because you see things every time that you should stop. You should stop complimenting, because definitely it's just like, okay, ladies, we love makeup, like our hair, we do our hair, but then it's not like we always do the same style of hair. Like I can go like right now I have my hair, my natural hair, and then next time I decide to like go with something else. So you have to like notice the difference, man. You have to tell me, okay, you look good.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I love the way you're looking. Your makeup looks different. Your dress looks nice.
Basically, what I'm just trying to say is you can get familiar with someone.
I disagree.
That's not necessary.
Let me tell you something. No matter how much you're familiar with your man, it's not every day that I'm going to have red hair. Tomorrow I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to shock him. I have 140 characters. I'm going to show him a different personality every day. So if you find a girl who's always constant with the same thing, then she has a problem.
That's true.
Because I can't keep giving you the same thing. Because automatically I know you become bored.
It gets boring.
So I have to show you that I can switch it up from being all moody to being all sassy. That's just me as a girl.
So you don't get familiar with
no,
men?
I can become familiar with it, but when it comes to compliments, you just have to compliment me, because tomorrow I'll be looking, bad and bougie, and the next day I'll be sleeping just looking like one house girl like this. So that's totally different. No matter how much we become,
I don't see why a guy should.
You see, when you're looking good, when you're looking hot, he compliments. And when you're looking like, alright, normal, in your normal dress, like just normal.
I think that's more fun, because it's going to like tease you and you want all this, like, and then now you have that it even makes your intimacy stronger, and your communication
basically
becomes
now
stronger.
familiarity does not mark the reason why a guy should not compliment.
No, it doesn't.
Right? So
I
you guys
disagree.
win.
The compliment stuff is not really like it's every day. It doesn't have to be like every day. It's something that like once in a while, like who was saying that?
Yeah.
She was saying that
so.
you can all be like in your PJs and then like all looking tight that your hair is messy in your neck, and it's like, baby, you're looking cool, beautiful, and that's going to give you a kiss. That's really
I feel it's even more fun when
you're all dressed up.
Than when I'm with my makeup and all that stuff. But he's like, oh, you look like a grandmother. Why are you just for 10 minutes? Not in a harsh way, like, those playful jokes, like, he's teasing me like, why the hell are you looking this
like
way?
You look so
it's not every day that I have to look nice.
Yeah,
No.
sure.
If he sees me, my mother says a guy that sees you when you're always dressed up is not your man.
It's not. I think it's actually for.
I think when someone is even in a relationship, sometimes you don't need to always be on makeup.
No.
Let your partner see your
For crying out loud, putting on makeup is
all your
it's
face.
That's
natural.
makeup, you understand?
More like
Your natural state.
So it's not like you get familiar. Like being familiar is actually the good way to compliment a
Yeah.
girl. Nice.
When a girl falls out of love or stops, like, showing all those signs of liking you and that stuff, she stops overlooking your flaws. Everything you do, your past, your looks, everything becomes a problem.
Yeah, maybe I think when she's in love also, then she'll be like, oh, this guy is, if they had her, or her friends say, oh, this guy is not fine, he's not handsome, no, my baby is handsome, what, you understand? She'll defend him because she's in love.
Yeah. And then when you start
think
seeing, like, maybe you stop falling in love, like you no longer have feelings for the guy, and then it's like, then once you just wake up and you look at this guy like, what was I thinking?
That happens a lot. Like when I stop seeing somebody
Like,
and I look at their picture, I'll be like, did I really kiss this person? Or maybe I'll start asking myself, did he really ask me out in the dark at night time?
You were in love,
Like, was I really seeing like
Yeah.
it becomes
overlooking of the flaws, a guy will always want to defend his girl, but all of a sudden, talking with his friends and they say something funny about her and he follows them and laugh. For real. Guys do that. For real, So when he does that, definitely, the feeling and the interest is actually
gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, same as girls too. If a girl stops defending, like if a girl stops defending her man before you, then you're like, she's no longer in love, man.
But I think for us girls, when we find out, our men
I mean,
always have
sorry, guy
nicknames, you know. We are going to nickname him amongst the group. Whereby,
He
even
has a
if he's
crew.
there, he's not going to know
Yeah,
that
they
that's
have
his name.
something.
So those things are very normal. So even if my boyfriend does that behind my back, I'm cool with it because obviously you have a name tag.
Oh well, you guys are crew, man, for real. So like you see, guys can even pick up a girl's flaw and talk about it and laugh about it.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's
Yeah,
bad.
that's very
Yeah, but then
That's
when
the
they
guys
stop,
thing.
like when the feelings are gone,
Yeah.
every flaw is now like maximized, like it's all magnified. Like
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
a
yeah.
little
It's
thing you
amazing.
do becomes so
irritates
annoying.
someone,
It's
yeah.
like it has to be like it has to like make it a big deal.
Mm.
It's either like, why would you do like, okay, normally I brush my teeth and like maybe the paste you keep it like you press from the middle instead of from the end.
Yeah.
And then before you don't argue.
Yeah, you don't-
But
you
nowadays
don't
you see
complain.
then like you go mad like, why would you do this? Like why
Yeah.
would you do this?
I think both parties just contribute. To
So
the
what
fact
is
that,
the solution now when somebody is tired in a relationship, a guy and a girl? If they are both tired, what do they do? Should you tell the girl that, or if it's the guy, will you tell the girl that, please, I don't love you again, let's end the relationship, or you continue deceiving the girl? And then for the girls too, will you just say, oh, let me just manage him? Or you will pack your luggage, as I always say, and leave the
So,
relationship?
basically, let me say something about
Okay.
this. I think in a relationship, all that matters is the both of you, your happiness, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, if in a relationship, you as a guy sense the feeling of getting tired of the relationship, I think you should be man enough to ask for a break.
No,
That is-
no. There are no breaks in a relationship.
I'm coming.
So that
Oh,
was
no,
done.
that's his own like
That's
you know, that's
my
his view.
perspective, right?
But we still
So-
have to come to a common ground.
Alright then. So what I'm trying to say is just, if you don't want a heartbreak, because if you just call it an end, it's gonna be heartbreaking for both of you.
But I feel
Right,
personally
okay?
that
So like, you get the feeling that you're tired. She gets the feeling that this guy is tired of me. Call for a break. Maybe you guys just need the time off. Okay?
I
So that's just
disagree.
what I'm
Oh, for
thinking.
me, I feel like if it's me and I feel like it's going this way, if I know I don't want to,
Lose him.
no, I better lose like okay. If I don't want to lose him, maybe I still like him or
Yeah.
okay, not like him. Okay, I've noticed like the changes. I can actually call you, we'll sit down and talk. Like if it's not going to work out, then it's fine. We just go. For me, I like communication. 'Cause
I
it's,
agree
it's
with you
very,
100%.
it's very important.
It's
in
the
a
it's a
relationship.
foundation.
And then
of
when
a
that
relationship.
communication is gone, I think that's where the
Communication
problem
is
actually starts
Start.
coming
Yeah.
from. So I think we should sit down, like, okay, this is how
This
it's
is
going.
what's going
Can
to
we
happen.
do we work on it, or we should just forget about it and then
Yeah.
move after progress? I think that's going to like really solve a lot of
I
problems.
totally agree with you because I feel once there's no more communication, then there's no more relationship.
Yeah.
And I disagree with you because there are no breaks in a relationship. Once you call for a break,
That's the end.
Because once you start thinking of a break, meaning I'm giving you space to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
In that time, I might be waiting for you. What if you move on? What happens to my feelings? What happens to me as a human being? So that's why when it comes with the break thingy, just tell the person, you know what? Maybe it's time for you to try and figure yourself out. Let me try to figure myself out. If we happen to
Come back.
come back, then let it be so. But when it comes to a break, I disagree with breaks in a relationship. That's why I totally agree with her point. Sit down, talk about it, see where you are, see where I am, and let's come to a common ground and say, you know what, this is not going to work out. Or you look at what's going wrong, what are you doing wrong, and what am I doing
Yeah.
wrong. Then from there, through our
You
communication,
can work things out.
we're going to find a common ground and say, okay, maybe let's try to take the highway or let's try to take the slow lane. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Then both of you, if you want to seek help or counseling,
Advice.
whatever, you can go there. Or if you don't want to, just tell yourself, say, you know what,
Goodbye.
thank you for your services, but you're not needed here anymore. But it's hard, it's hard because
Yeah.
most of the times it's only one person who loses interest in relationship.
Okay, so what's your advice? What will you advise somebody that is having problems in a relationship? Maybe what do you have to say? Like,
Well, what I have to say is, do away with the third party in your relationship. you know.
Absolutely.
So, because more like when you listen to what people say, people will not tell you exactly what is going on in the relationship. They'll only tell you what they feel about your relationship.
Absolutely.
So at the moment you start listening to people and what you have to do about your relationship, they'll start giving you their own opinion about what they think about the person. And if it does not tally with your own, then you guys don't really have a problem. So my advice to people in a relationship is just don't go with a third party. Okay, that's just it.
Okay, for me, I feel it's just communication. If you guys can actually find a common ground, like sit down and talk like adults, I think it's really solve a lot of problems. It's just going to make things easier.
Yeah. And then I think my advice is, if you have problems, try to look at where you are now and where you're coming from, and try to see, okay, communication is what's the main focus here. Once you communicate, you're going to figure out what's happening. But I also feel sometimes you can save something that's almost dying by maybe trying to, start being friends again, start going out on dates regularly, like start seeing each other more of what you stopped seeing each other of, than just saying, you know what, screw you, we're done. Like, sometimes it's just lack of, maybe he's stressed, maybe you're stressed. It can be something else that's drawing you towards the feeling of maybe your partner is not good for you. So sometimes before you totally give up on someone, try. That's my advice. Just try.
I just want to say a little thing. One more thing is, just know yourself, right? If you know you're not ready for a relationship, it's better you don't just go into it, okay? Because relationship requires a lot of sacrifice, time, we have to understand each other. So if you as a person know you're not ready to give all of the time that you can give into it, then why go into it, stress your heart, stress your partner, and stress yourself,
But sometimes I feel some relationships don't happen because we want them to happen. Sometimes it's just a connection between you and the person. It's not that maybe I really wanted to be in a relationship with him, but because I met you, you make me happy, and all of a sudden, feelings start getting involved. It's something that just happens, and those are my favorite type of relationships where I don't see it coming.
Okay, so the conclusion is this. Once you're in a relationship, make sure that there's no third party in your relationship. It is your relationship. It's your personal thing.
And communication.
Don't put anybody there. And communication too. You should learn to communicate with your partner. If you guys have issues, problems, sort it out. Guys, tell us what you think in the comment box below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.